Hello, welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations of Clay. My name is Louis Palladini, and tonight I wanted to do a little baby animal, and it's a cute little animal, and it's a baby hippo. I'm going to show you how to do a baby hippo from start to finish. And I think it's a very interesting little animal. I figured I'd have him in the sitting position, and I will show you how to do that and with the balls of clay. I'll show you the types of clay that you can use. There's an oil-based clay such as this, which never hardens, and you can use it over and over again. As I mentioned in the past, that I used to use this all the time when I was a kid. Excellent clay to use, and you can make a lot of interesting things with it. Another type of clay that you can use is an air hardening clay such as this, which will harden in 2 hours or overnight, and you can paint it, and which is very good after it hardens. And the only bad thing is you wouldn't be able to reuse it again. My preference for the clay is a clay called Super Sculpey, which can be fired in the oven at 275 degrees for about 15 or 20 minutes. You can sand it, drill it. There's all kinds of things you can do. You can do a tremendous amount of detail, and that's why I prefer this particular type of clay. I will show you the types of clay balls that you can use. Tonight I'll show you, in order to make the body, you would use this size ball of clay right here, and that's what we'll use to make the little baby hippo's body. For the two front legs, we're going to use these size balls of clay, and then for the rear feet, we'll use these size balls of clay, and then for the head and ears, we'll use this size ball of clay for the head, and then I'll show you these size balls of clay for the ears. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to make the body. And I'm going to show you how to do that. We'll take that and we'll work it in our hands like this. And I'll show you, just work it like this. You almost want to make a potato type shape, just like this. Just keep working that. And another thing I might do is I might just roll a little bit my hands like this. See that? To kind of lengthen it out. Or another technique, as we've done in the past, is just roll it on the table. Just roll it like that. And now I will just want to make sure that I got everything the way I want it. And we'll compare it to our other model. See, this is the shape that we wanted. This piece here. I'm running my finger along right here. And you can see this looks very similar to that. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to make the head and the neck. So we'll take this size ball of clay here, and we will attach it to the body here. Just kind of work that in there just like that with your fingers. See how I attach that to the body? Just see I'm working it this way with my fingers. You kind of pinch it together just like this. You do that. Just like that. And then we'll kind of work that together like that. Just like that. And do that. And now what we want to do is we kind of want to shape the head. I'm going to show you the type of shape that we want, though, before we proceed. See the head right here? We want to take that, make it elongated like that, but then we also kind of want to pinch it like that from the sides. So that's what it will look like from the side, that's what it will look like from the bottom, and that's what it will look like from the front when we're completed. So I'll proceed to show you how to do that. So we take this, and I'm going to just squeeze this, just like this, just like that. We want to make that snout. So I just kind of want to work that like that. See, I'm in the shape. See the shape? Now it's starting to take that nice shape. See that? You kind of want to pinch it like that in the middle to kind of create that shape. Just like that. See, I'm pinching it with my fingers. And then on the eyes, this is basically where the eyes are going to be. So I'm going to take and push my finger in a little bit like that on that side, and then push it a little bit on this side so we can get ready to make the eyes when the time comes. So the next thing that we want to do is I want to show you how to make the legs. We're going to take one of these balls of clay here, and we're just going to take, and I'm going to put and roll it on the table right here, just like this. See how we're just rolling that a little bit? Just going to roll it a little bit like that. We're going to make two legs like this. So now that we've rolled that, it almost looks like a little log. I'll proceed to make the other one. I'll take this ball of clay here, and we'll take and put this on the table, and we'll proceed to make the leg for that one. Just kind of making that little log shape, just like that. We've made both the legs. See? And now we're going to proceed to attach those to the body. So I'll take this right now, and we're going to take this leg here, and we're going to attach it right here. So you just take and kind of, see I'm just kind of pinching the clay like that? Just like that. And then what we'll proceed to do is I want to get a toothpick, and I'll show you what we'll do with that. I'm going to get a trusty little toothpick here. And I always like to keep some in a plastic bag, that way I make sure I have plenty of them. We're going to take, and on the other side of the leg here, see I want to make sure that's attached, so I'm going to take the toothpick and kind of work it from the other side just like that. Just take and work the clay into the body like that. Then we'll proceed to attach the other leg. So I'm going to take this other leg now, and we're going to attach it on this side. See, I'm just kind of pinching that in against the body. Just take and pinch it up against like that, and do that. And we'll proceed to do the other side. I will take the toothpick and kind of work it like that. So just kind of work the clay just like that. Just like that. And then, just want to kind of, we'll kind of take this now, and we're going to kind of tap the feet a little bit. Just like that. So I want to proceed to see how it's comparing to our other model. See from the side how you can see the head. Now the legs are starting to take shape. So we'll proceed to make the feet that go underneath the body. And that's these feet right here. We're going to proceed to make those 2 feet there and place those under the baby hippo's body. And that's the shape that you want. We will use the additive technique to make the toes, but I'll show you that in a minute. We'll take these balls of clay, and what I want you to do is take and kind of pinch them in between your fingers like this. Just like this. Just take and pinch those, and you want to make the shape of the foot. So just like that. So this is what it's going to look like. You want to make that shape right there. That's what it will look like from the bottom. That's what it will look like from the side. That's what it will look like from the top. And I'll proceed to make the other one in the same manner. So we'll take this piece of clay, and we'll proceed to make that other foot. We'll flatten that out. I'm pinching it just like this, just to kind of show you how to make the foot. And you pinch it like that. And that's what it will look like from the bottom, the side, the top. So now we're going to compare it. They're going to be roughly, these should be roughly the same size, which they are. You know, if one's a little bigger than the other, you can take away some of the extra clay if you need to. But we're going to proceed to put these under the baby hippo's body now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this now, and I'm going to place that right under there like that. See, I'm kind of squeezing that under there like that, just kind of pinching up against like that. And you push it up against the bottom. We're going to proceed to do the same for the other side. And we're going to put the other foot over here. Just like that. And then what I want to do is I want to take and kind of maybe put this down now. See if we can flatten it out. And just do that, just like that. So now that looks pretty good. So what I think we're going to proceed to do next is I would like to see if we can start to make the hippo's eyes. So I'll show you. We have a sculpting tool right here. I've shown you this in the past, and this is the type of sculpting tool that we want to use. See what nice has that nice triangular head? I'll show you the type of package that you can buy them in. You can buy these in any art store. You know, it's probably about $7 or $8 for these tools, but they have like 3 metal tools in here. Then they get some other ones that are like a light tan color. So, but these are very good tools to use. We'll proceed now to do the eyes on the hippo. I want to make sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this tool and we're going to take and just kind of sculpt out the eyes like this. See, we take the tool like this and you just kind of sculpt out the eye like that. Now see what I just did? And I'll proceed to show you how to do the other side. We're going to do the same on the other side. So see, I take the tool like this, just like that, and you just kind of work it, and then we're going to do it from the other side also. So you take this and you scoop it out. So I want to make sure those are approximately the same size. So it looks like this one needs to be made a little bigger, so I'm just going to scoop out a little more clay just to see how that is. So now we take the clay that we scooped out, we want to put that back into the eye. So I see I'm going to take this little piece of clay, just like this, and place it back into the eye. See how I just put that back in? So then what we do is we take this and we just kind of push it in, and you want to kind of keep the clay the same shape as the eye that we just carved out. And we'll proceed to do that on the other side. I'll take that piece of clay, that little tiny piece of clay that you see here on the tip of my finger right now. See how small that is? And we're going to work that back into the eye over on this side. So we take and we put that in over here. And then we take the sculpting tool and we push the clay in even farther. Just like that. Just kind of work that in. Just like that. And then what I want to do is, in order to make the eye, don't worry if things are perfect. You just practice and keep doing it again and again. See, I push this into the eye like that. And then I'll show you from the other side. You want to take and place that in the eye like that. So now you can see the eye. I'm going to open this one up a little more. See that, how nice it is with the eyes? And I'll take and do the same thing on this side. Just kind of open that up a little bit more. So it looks like he's looking right at you. So now I want to compare it to my other little model here, and we're going to proceed to make the nose, the nostrils, and we're going to proceed to make the mouth. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the toothpick here, and we're going to take and poke some little holes right here. See, I'm putting that in there. Just kind of work that a little bit. We're going to do the same on the other side. See that? And then you work this back and forth, back and forth. And then what we want to also do is we want to make the mouth now. So we're going to take, I'm going to show you how to do that. So you're going to take and go from like down here, take and kind of draw a line up, kind of up like this. And then we'll proceed to do that on the other side. So what I'm going to do, I want to look to see from the front here. See the mouth right here? Just right there, and see on the front. And then we're going to make the line to the other side, right there. So I'll proceed to show you how to do that. We'll take on this side is we'll take this and you draw your line. So you kind of go down like this. And then you come down to the bottom here. We'll just kind of make that line. And then you kind of take and make a little indentation here also. So you can kind of get these to, see how I made that little indentation? And then what you want to do too is poke little holes in here. Because they have like little whiskers and things, so just take and poke little holes. Just like that. Make the little holes. And then what we'll proceed to do is we're going to make the ears. I'll show you how to do those. We have 2 little balls of clay here, and we're going to proceed to make the ears. And I'll show you the shape that we want. These little balls of clay here, see them on my hand. We're going to make, see the ears here on this hippo? This is the shape that we want. That shape right there. So I'll show you the shape that, how to mold these. Take and pinch them between your fingers. Just like this, I'm pinching them between my fingers. Just like that. And I'll put this one down. And then we can proceed to make the other one. Kind of pinch that between your fingers like that. And just like that. That looks nice. So they're approximately the same size. I'll just kind of pick that up. So what we want to do is place those on the top of the head now. So we'll take, and I'll place these right about here. Right there. And what you want to do is take, see I'm going from the back, and you kind of work that clay in to the head. And then we can take and you can use the toothpick to work the front part. Just like that. See, I'm taking the toothpick and just kind of work that like that. We'll proceed to do the other side. And I'll show you, we're going to take and put that right over this side. Right there. And I'm going to flip around. See, I'm just going to working this clay in. Just take your finger and just kind of work it in like that. And then we can take and then do it from this side. Just like that. I want to kind of see that they're in the right spot. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to scoop out some of that excess clay inside the ear. So take this tool and you can just like this, and just scoop out some of that extra clay. And then you do it from the other side. Just like that. It makes a nice little indentation in the ear. See that? Turned out pretty nice. So the next thing that we want to do is, I think we'll make the toes on the feet. We're going to take, I'll show you, these are the toes. We're going to make, there's going to be 4 on each foot, front and back. And we're going to take and use the additive technique. So I'm going to take some clay here, and I'm going to quickly make 8 little balls. Well, altogether probably be about 16. So 1, 2, 3, 15, and 16 little clay balls now. So now what we're going to proceed to do is we're going to put those on the feet, and I'll show you. So we'll take each one of these and just kind of roll it in between your fingers, and you almost want to create like a little point on it, like this, and then we want to attach that to the bottom of the foot. See how I put that on the foot? So then we'll proceed to do another one. So you roll that, give it a little point, and you can attach it here like that. And then you can do the same for this side. I rolled it, And you can attach it, just push it in like that. We'll take number 4, roll it, give it that sharp little like point like this, and then we're going to attach it right here. And we're going to proceed to do that for each one of the feet. And finally, we're going to do the last and final foot. And you take, roll that, make that little point on there, and then you push it into the bottom of the foot like this, just like that. And we have 2 more to go. And you roll that, make the little point, and attach it to the bottom like that. And finally, we do the last and final toe. You take, roll that, and then you attach that just like that. So now you have all the toes done. So you got the top feet and then the bottom feet. And now we'll take and we'll put him on the table, tap him a little bit. And there's one other little thing that I want to put on him, is I want to take him, give him a little tail. So I'm going to take another piece of clay, just like this, little ball of clay about this size. And we're going to take that and attach that to the back. So what we do is I'll show you the shape that we want. You will kind of want to make it round and then kind of flat at the top. So that's the shape that you want. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick that on the back like this, because that'll be like his little tail. See how we just place that on the back, and that's his little tail. Another thing that we want to do too is we want to create wrinkles in the skin. So what we want to do is we're going to take and create these 3 lines right about here. So you're going to take and kind of go like this, it's kind of with the toothpick. And then for the second line, you're going to put it right about here. Let me see, I'll try to give you a better view. Just like that. And then the third one, we'll probably put like this. And what you do is just kind of tap it a little bit with your fingers, because you just want to kind of make it look like there's some wrinkles there. And we'll proceed to do that on the other side also. So we're going to take and just kind of make like a little squiggly line like that. And then you can take and make it up here, make another little squiggly line. And then we're going to make the third one right about here to create those wrinkles. So we take, just kind of push that in with a little bit with your finger, just like that. So now that is your baby hippo, and I will proceed to show you how to paint that. It's a cool little project. The colors of paint that we need tonight, there's going to be a couple of colors, but these paints can be bought in any art store. They're acrylic paints. It's great because they'll wash off. Just use soap and water, and you can clean things up very easily. So we'll proceed to get the 2 colors that we want. Or there's actually 3 colors. I want to use yellow for the eyes, brown for the body, and then I want to use black for the eyes. I'll proceed to show you how to do the eyes. But I want to show you the types of brushes. We're going to take a very fine brush like this. See, this is the nice sharp point. I want to use that one for the eyes. And then for the body, we probably want a much bigger brush. We'll probably use something along the lines of this brush here, because it's a much bigger head. And then I'll proceed to see if I can find another brush that might have a good point on it. There's another brush here. We might be able to use that for the yellow part of the eyes. Right here, we'll take this, and don't worry if you get a little extra paint on the body or something. I mean, we don't have to be perfect. We just want to get this started. And then I'll proceed to do the other one. Because what you can do is you can touch this up afterward, you know, with other paintings. Just going to do that. And then I'll proceed to show you how to do the black on the eye. And then just go in here and just kind of touch the tip a little bit where the eye is, right here. Just like this. And we'll do the same for the other side. And now we'll proceed to do the paint for the body, which is going to be the color brown. So what we want to do is we want to use a back and forth motion to paint, like this, back and forth, back and forth. You want to paint the toes here. So I'm painting the little toe area here. You want to paint the underside, back and forth like this. Just back and forth, back and forth. And that's what we'll do for the body. Back and forth, back and forth. We'll proceed to paint the head in that same manner. Back and forth, back and forth. Back and forth. Dab the nose and mouth area. Just like that. You go back and forth, back and forth. Just like that. See, I'm going around? And you want to proceed to do that, paint in that manner around the entire animal, or the hippo, baby hippo. And I'll show you what the finished painted version should look like. This is what the hippo will look like once you finally paint him. See, you got the yellow in the eyes, you got the black, and then you get the brown. See how he's got that nice little snout? And you can make out the line on the jaw. The nice little toes. See the nice little toes there? I'll probably show you from the bottom. You don't have to paint, you never really want to paint the bottom of the feet unless you have a preference to do that. But see all the little toes? So yeah, you have a nice little art project for the next week or so. And I thought that everyone would enjoy doing this baby hippo tonight. And I do want to thank you for coming to the show Creations in Clay. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks again. Hi kids, how would you like to win some professional modeling clay like the one that I use in the show? Please send pictures of your creations in clay and we will enter them into a drawing. You can send by mail or email, and I can't wait to see what you've been up to.